and go into what is called presence awareness. Awareness of just that simple presence within, which is what doesn't die. That's that part. Goes back there again. That's what I want to, I actually can't feed it because it's already perfect. I just want to remember it. I just want to hang in there with it so that I remember it at all times. And that's the ideal thing for you as well. So please, this particular week, because I get to talk to you again next week, look at your northeast, get your compass out, and see what the heck is happening in the northeast sector of your home. Is it cluttered? I had a friend call me yesterday. I love this guy. He too is yet another doctor. It's amazing how many healers are drawn to more mystical things, because a true healer really does know that there's nothing to heal in the first place, and they kind of approach it like that. A pseudo healer still believes that, that they're going to heal something. They really don't. It's not theirs to heal. They can make you more comfortable, but it's impossible. And so the humility of a real healer would reach out to someone like myself. And so this fellow called in yesterday. We had actually studied feng shui together years ago. That's how cool this guy was. Here he was, a doctor, and he's sitting next to me across the state studying feng shui. And I'm like, this is so cool. You mean you would actually tell your patients that their clutter could be making them sick? And he goes, oh, you bet. Mm-hmm. So his question yesterday, and he could be a little bit of a clutter bug himself, but he said, so in my office, what's happening to the West energy because my West is cluttered? Well, I know him well enough, and I have actually addressed the feng shui of his office. It's kind of like every piece of your body is important. But, for example, if you're right-handed, you use the left hand less. So it's the less dominant hand. And it's the same with your living space. There are some spaces based on your personal energy that are less dominant. And so in his case, based on the office itself and his own personal feng shui, the West is the ideal spot for his storage area. Now, if I look at myself in comparison, the West is one of my strong zones, so I would never, ever clutter up the West because I would be a mess. My luck would actually run out. That's how intense that could be. And when your luck runs out, if you're in the wrong space or you've done something to the space that's harmful and out of harmony to the space, your luck doesn't run out day one, the minute you move in, but it does run out in about a 2-year cycle, which is why often a person, if I question them, well, how long have you lived here? And they go 2 years, and I can then see perhaps why illness set in, why there was a divorce, why there was a disaster. So it's interesting to see what is good for one person is not necessarily good for yourself. So but everyone can benefit at this moment by making sure that the Northeast, if you want to be more aligned with the awareness within, then check out your Northeast area. Check out your bookshelf. Are there materials that you've outgrown? Move them on. There's people coming up behind you who can benefit from that information. So don't be afraid to let things go. Remember, when your arms are full, you cannot fly. So, and again, see, I'm becoming more sensitized to, and if you don't choose to fly right now, that's perfectly okay. In the old days, I would be going, oh, come on, you want to fly? Come on, it's really neat up here. No, it's really neat right where you are. if it's really neat for you. When it's no longer neat, well, then consider other alternatives to your happiness. So let me tell you about a little bit about Osho. I better stick to feng shui. I promised some people I'd be sticking on feng shui today. So here we've got, you're learning now the value of clear the clutter and the importance of detoxing your clutter of your mind as well as the clutter of your house, and the value of doing both. And they're almost simultaneous. If you do one, you do the other. So let's begin to take a look at the center of your house. Because the center is kind of, I wonder how I get that. So I see Linda is calling in, and I have no idea how to get that. How do I do that, Jeff? Jeff, I have no idea how to reach.
You are on the air with Linda. Right
I am.
now.
It's happened magically. I love Jeff. He's so magical. Hi, my Linda.
Hi, Elaine. This is Linda in Arizona.
Hi, Linda in Arizona. I am so happy to hear your voice.
I'm happy to hear your voice. Now, I may have been too late on getting this, but my bedroom's in the Northeast.
Fantastic. Alrighty then. Even though knowing your space and knowing you and your honey, generally Northeast is a lesser zone for both of you.
Correct.
However, this storm and this cycle has stirred up Northeast energy, which can particularly be based on the work that you're doing. It can align you very much more easily with, Linda, something that's actually called presence awareness. A deeper insight into the presence that you are. And is your headboard on the Northeast?
No, it is on the west.
Okay. Those need a little metal this year. Have you got your metal cooking?
I can add it.
Okay. I would tell you somewhere in there you need a clock, not a digital, a real clock. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because that's going to steady that energy. But even as it's steadied, because things have been so stirred up, and it's interesting, I know enough of your background, many areas of your life have been stirred up this year. And
yes, they have.
Therefore, the stirring only affords you, should you open to it, the opportunity of soaring higher. So it's not a bad thing, although, at times things could look sorrowful, but it's a clearing out to have greater access to the awareness of presence. You can't get more presence, if you will, because it's like saying, could you get more God? You can't, because it's the core of you. And that core line, there's a tool that, because I know you, you could use very easily, and I think it'll have greater and greater meaning, and it's the awareness card in Osho's material.
Okay.
I think it's number 7.
Of course.
Of course it is. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see how the greater awareness, what effect it has on you, and knowing how artistic you are, I would not be surprised if it doesn't take that innate artistry and almost put it in a cone-like, tornado-like thing to make it stir it and bring it up, almost, truly, in your case, get a bigger canvas.
Okay.
I mean, it's more colorful. I don't know which way the expression of joy will come through you, but it's now. And I know you're in a dying cycle, and I know you're a good contemplator.
Okay, you're going to scare people with the dying cycle if they don't know about it.
Oh, dying cycle. A dying cycle is the 52-day window before everyone's birthday. and everyone's got it, and you got it every single year, whether you like it or not. And
Shed the old skin.
It's shedding the old skin like the snake sheds its skin. So yes, you're a little more vulnerable. Yes, you're a little more fragile, but it's a really precious, precious cycle of transformation. It'd be kinder if I said your transformation cycle, and I'm glad you brought that up because I'm so wanting people to give them a little jab so that come on, and of course the word dying is an attention grabber, but it's a letting go of the old, and it's a fantastic time to do that.
And as you said earlier, we have to stop being so afraid of the dying.
Yes, because it's natural to us, and the truth is, you died to the last minute. It's already gone. You're dead from yesterday. And so it's just living in that awareness of this is the moment. I am now here versus NOWHERE. Same set of letters. I am now NOWHERE versus NOWHERE.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'd rather be here now, because if I'm thinking about yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow, I'm nowhere. I'm just absolutely nowhere. Except frightened.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in the Northeast, since where my bedroom is, would I bring in like some art books to look at before I go to sleep, or some deeper healing kind of books, just so they're there?
You could. You absolutely could, because by osmosis, you're actually sucking in the energy. What could you bring in? Somehow a lot of Osho's work really will resonate with you at this time again. Mm-hmm. You might just pick a card before you fall asleep.
Okay.
And let it do its thing. And we both know some of his cards can kind of be like, oh my gosh, Matter of fact, I have Osho's cards with me today, and of course I just opened them, and what do I pick? Letting go.
That one, huh?
Yeah, just letting go. And it's such a beautiful, it just be that drop that falls off the edge of the flower, and trust that you're safe when you let go.
What a nice way to go to sleep.
It's a lovely way. As long as you pick one like letting go. Some of them really have a little bit of a charge to them if you haven't worked with them a long time and don't have a comfort level with his attempt to bring each of us into just that state of awareness and putting your attention where you want the energy to flow.
Okay.
So you're going to put your attention to the northeast quadrant of your home is a healing center for enlarging your oneness with wisdom. And that's all you're going to see it as. And wisdom, even biblically, although so much of that darn Bible's been changed to be totally false now, but biblically, that is the greatest pearl. So it's really cool. So clean out under your bed. That's another big thing. Clean.
Never anything under there.
Good. That's an interesting point, because those of you who are storing a lot of things under your bed, it's very challenging for your energy field to be restored correctly at nighttime. So keep your bed happy, and don't take your quarrels into the bedroom. I mean, that's really low. Number one, don't quarrel to begin with. But if you have to, step outside. At least the air can away. So Linda has studied with me for many years, and Linda has worked in one of my wonderful Purple Pear boutiques up in New Jersey with me, and just Linda has been just a right arm to me so often.